Hi, this is George Alger, and welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today's topic is the Ojai Art Center, and with me are Cindy Frings and Christine Rosensteel. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's start off with what your roles are. Cindy.
I am the president of the board of the Ojai Art Center.
Great. And Christine?
I'm the chair of the literary branch, and I'm also involved with the theater branch.
Okay, great. So we know that it's an art center, but still, let's just get to the heart of this. What is the Ojai Art Center?
It's where a crazy group of artists and patrons come and do and create and make and watch crazy, fun art.
Wow, that is an awesome description.
It took me a while to come up with it.
Okay, cool. Well, since Christine, you're in charge of the literacy department, there must be others. So could we speak to that?
Well, we have a visual aid. My hand, it's written right here.
Okay.
And it's flat DIMP. We have 8 branches.
Okay.
Now I have to remember what they are. We have film, literary, art, theater. DIMP would be dance, music, youth, and photography.
Wow. All right. So this is a very active center. I also know it's a rather historic one. Could we speak to that?
It started we're in our 77th year. So it was started in 1939. The building was built in 1939, right at the time when Hitler was invading Europe, right at the end of the Depression was when our organization started. Small, it's had a couple of additions with just a few branches, but it is the oldest continually operating nonprofit art center in the state of California. Woohoo!
That is actually pretty impressive. I'm wondering, though, because I didn't realize that the Art Center went back that far, if the Art Center preceded the sort of artsiness that Ojai is known for, or was Ojai already known as an art area before then? Do you have some sense of that?
You know, I don't know. I came to Ojai 20 years ago, and it was referred to as where all the hippies went. I mean, I went there the first time and kind of looked around and went, well, where are the hippies? I don't see any hippies. But it's Ojai is Shangri-La. It's supposed to be one of the mystical places in the world, 7 vortexes or something. And so I think that kind of preceded it, but I don't know the answer to that question completely, even though I'm rambling on about it like I do.
Well, that's fine. But the Ojai, and I would imagine the Ojai Art Center attracts artists obviously from all over the place. Speak to the scope of the artists that are part of the center. Yeah,
pretty much any genre. I mean, Christine is in charge of the literary branch, and so
There are many, there's so many artists in Ojai. It's a real mecca, as we know, and lots of authors and writers. As well in Ventura itself, or Santa Paula, I think Ojai spills over all the arts. And in the literary branch, what we do is shine a spotlight on community authors. I reach out to authors, and they may volunteer their time to us. So we have wonderful presentations. But in addition to the literary, of course, there's the great theater. It's a little gem, place for tourists to visit. It's just a beautiful community center that involves the children and people of all ages. Quite lovely. And then dance and music. The classical music is going on there at least once a month.
We have concerts every month, and then in the summer we have a program out on the patio. It's a really neat patio, very pretty setting under the trees.
Right, jazz music.
For a series called Jammin', which is different bands, jazz, contemporary, pop, whatever, every Sunday night in the summer.
So that speaks to the expanse of our music, from classical to rock and roll,
Well, then I'm wondering if I was presuming something, because I know that artists come from all over to go to Ojai. And you were just mentioning that you're primarily servicing artists in Ojai. Do you actually have programs that involve artists from Los Angeles and other parts of the state or world?
Speaking for the literary branch, we will have authors coming from Ventura, Santa Paula, different areas. So we're open to throughout the community of Ventura County.
I think that's pretty much true for all the branches.
Yeah.
Okay.
The majority are local people.
Okay.
But That's pretty much countywide, Santa Barbara as well. I don't know that we get a lot of people, a lot of artists coming from LA. Specific events, literary events would be easier than a theater show where they're rehearsing every night.
Yeah, and the reason why I even mention that is because there are so many art events that are in Ojai throughout the year, and there are people coming. Certainly, I know folks who come from LA to to go to various art events in Ojai. That's why I was thinking it. It was just including more, but it's just famous, I guess, is a simpler statement.
Well, the Art Center is also the host, not the host. It's for example, the music festival uses the Art Center for their opening night party and for some of their events. The Storytelling Festival hosts itself there. The Film Festival is hosted there. So there are a lot of people that come through it. If they're not a part of the Art Center, they're coming there for other events as well.
Okay, so we have the different departments, and we have all these events that are occurring all year long. What might you want to feature to someone who doesn't know a lot about the Ojai Art Center? Maybe they live outside of Ojai and they're interested. What would be some of the primary points you'd want to make about it?
It's just a really fun place. You can, on any given day, you can walk in and there will be rehearsals going on. There will be something going out on a patio, whether it be a children's thing or a concert. There will be a show going on in the gallery. There will be a literary event, in the gallery as well, or a musical event. So, plus we have independent teachers that come in and teach dance classes and writing classes and things like that. So it's just kind of a buzz with activity, which is, for me, it's very engaging. And it's fun. It's just a fun place to come and hang out. People walk in, they sit down, they start playing the piano. I mean, you can do and be whatever you want to be because it's a place for expression. And we like people to be expressive.
And
Good.
Throughout the building, there are beautiful artwork on display. Every month, pretty much it changes. And last night I noticed sculptures in the lobby area. It was just so beautiful. It's lovely.
Well, for the writers in our audience, speak a little bit more about how they might be involved with the literacy
Literary program.
literary program. Yes.
We invite them to come and do a presentation. Sometimes they'll have books that they want to sell or to launch. And there's just a nice gathering. I have a list of people who regularly come and are contacted. So it's we reach out to the whole community. And they'll come and talk about different topics, everything from a children's book perhaps to how life is in LA or anything, it's great.
Well, my neighbor wrote her first book about 2 years ago. And she did the, what do you call it?
Was that
It was
a memoir, Alice Renee?
No,
No, another person.
Paulette Mahurin.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And she did her book, what do you call it? Book party,
Book launch.
book
Launching,
signing, excuse
yeah.
me. She did the book signing there. This was right before you started. And, it was 120 of her closest friends. And I mean, it was so much fun to see somebody doing something that it took her years to write, and that she had the opportunity to do it there. And it was well attended and fun and
Right, exactly. We had John Biggs as, he's a composer of classical music and amazing person in Ojai, and he did a presentation with the literary branch on how he sets words to music. So that was amazing. Really
Very
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
There's so many events that are going on there that someone would have to be really diligent to try to get them all. But if there was someone who was thinking, okay, I can only do one or two or just very few events a year, what would be the top events you might recommend for someone?
Oh, we'd get in real trouble.
Uh-oh, okay, so they're all around
How
the
about
same.
if we do top 5 to 8?
Do you want to mention them?
8 branches.
I got it.
So, Art in the Park is sponsored by the Art Center. That's the art festival that goes on Memorial Day
Okay.
Memorial Day weekend every year. Jammin' is the summer concert series that goes on every year.
And then throughout the year, the theater. I mean, there's always 5 or 6 productions that are being done in addition to staged readings. So it's just a beautiful theater. It seats a little over 100 people, I believe, and it has a little antique aspect to it, and it's lovely. Yeah. So
The youth branch in the summer will have an opera camp. And
An opera camp?
An opera camp.
Youth, okay.
And also, a local director does a children's play, and they do it from start to finish and do the whole thing and every aspect of it. So that happens in the summer there. The photography branch, David Baker is the branch chair of that. So usually once a month, he does a photo walk where he will take photographers out at a given point in time in the day with a given theme, and they'll photograph it, and all the photos will go up on the website.
and he offers workshops to anyone who wants to come in at any level of photography to work one-on-one with him and other photographers. It's a great opportunity. It's like the doors are always open to different artists in some way at
And
the Art Center.
the film branch hosted a really wonderful movie screening of women surfers that was sponsored by Patagonia. Who do we leave out that we're going to get in trouble for? So it's hard to define any one specific event or two specific events. You just have to come in.
The
have fun.
calendar is full. There's
Got it.
constantly stuff going on. Yeah.
Speak to the need for volunteers and what they could be doing.
Wow. Well, you know, I'm involved with the theater, and we always need volunteers. Young people who might want to learn about lighting, sound, different aspects. Lots of volunteers are needed behind the stage. So that's one way. I need volunteers, literary group, to help me with managing it. So I don't know.
I think the challenge of any nonprofit organization is volunteers, but it's also reinventing yourself, every so often, so you keep appealing to a younger audience. I think that's probably our biggest challenge right now. We have a very solid base of people. And so now we need to bring in the 30-year-olds and the 20-year-olds. And that's what we're working on trying to do is, to become current, to be social media savvy, to do current and fun and exciting things for all ages. So that's where we need volunteers.
And I think Cindy's really good at keeping a pulse on the community and what the needs are, as well as a lot of the chairs. I know the theater branch did a survey and regularly does this of asking the community what they want, how they would like, what plays they want to see. So we do keep a pulse there on what the community wants.
Good. Well, we're just about out of time. But
no.
Yes, it does happen.
Warming up!
But before we go, I'm wondering if you could give us the website that people could go to for more information. And is there a summating message you'd like to convey to the viewers?
The website would be www.ojaiartcenter.org. On it will be everything they need to know about the Art Center. And the message I think that we'd like to leave is come try it. You'll love it. You won't want to leave. Give us a try. It's really a fun place.
And it's open to anyone in the county?
It's open to anyone in the state.
Okay.
It's open to anyone in the country.
Yeah, and other countries. We
And
have
other countries, definitely. Right.
Well, why do we restrict it to just this world?
That's exactly right.
All right, well, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye-bye.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.